Matt M. Roy back again. Back to you on yet another beautiful but very hot, sunny Virginia morning. It is, let's see, about 10:30, and this is, let me get the time right here. Yep, 10:25 on May 26, 2016. And you may be noticing that I am not filming with my new Canon Vixia. The reason is I forgot to charge it last night. Totally my fault. I just got really busy. I used it the other day for recording a fairly large project, not something I'm going to be putting on YouTube, but basically the battery just died out and I forgot, so I'm actually filming this with the Sony DCR TRV 280. So, be back using the high definition camcorder hopefully tomorrow, but for this vlog, this one should be fine. Well, I am going to address the first thing that a lot of you guys have probably noticed. Last night, I started getting some very, very hateful comments on my channel. I'm not going to go into specifics about it. Suffice to say, it's stuff that's totally untrue. It's the haters just being the haters. But they were coming in constantly. So, for the time being, I have disabled all comments on my channel. Now, I know a lot of you guys may not like this, and it's not something I wanted to do, but I feel like I had no other option because they were the hateful comments were just coming in one after the other, and I'm just tired of looking at it. So for now, the comments on my channel will be disabled. I don't know how long it's going to be like that. We'll just have to play it by ear. If you really want to contact me, if you want to ask me a question, you can still send me a personal message. I will answer those as soon as I get them in. Now bear in mind, when you send a personal message, they do not always come in immediately. I've actually had PMs take up to a week to actually arrive to me, so don't be discouraged if you don't hear a response from me immediately. But you can also, a lot of you guys are friends with me on Facebook and other social medias, and you guys can go ahead and ask me questions through that as well. But once again, for the time being, the comments on all my videos will be disabled until I get rid of these trolls, and of course until people learn to behave themselves. So, a couple things I need to update you guys on today. That's all I'm gonna say on that topic. I'm not gonna go ahead and just give the trolls more fodder. So, a couple things I want to update you on. The trailer. We have decided we want to get the 2009 Keystone Laredo trailer. That's the very first one that we saw, and that one seems to be the best fit for our family. Let me go ahead and answer that phone. I'll be right back with you guys. That was just Mom. I'll give her a call back in a few minutes. But if you guys have not seen that video, I'll try to remember to put a link to it in the bottom of this video. But just look up searching for our trailer. It's I believe the video from 2 or 3 days ago, and I'll go ahead and give you guys a more in-depth tour once we actually get the trailer. Where it sits right now. We called the owner. It's actually a trailer company in the neighboring town that owns it. We told them we're interested in it. We've pretty much negotiated the price, but what we're doing now is we're waiting for them to do a few repairs. As I stated in that video, the decals on the side were starting to bubble up, probably due to the weather conditions. And they've agreed to go ahead and repair that. Now they're going to go ahead and put the cost of that in with the trailer, but they're at least going to go ahead and repair it for us, so we don't have to deal with that. So the decals are going to be repaired. There was a little damage right on the front of the trailer where I think a hitch had maybe hit it at one time, or the trailer had actually hit against another vehicle. They're going to go ahead and repair that. It had been repaired initially, but they didn't do a good job. You could tell they did like a little fiberglass repair, and you could see the kind of waves in there, and you could actually see where the mesh was starting to come through. So they're going to go ahead and repair that as well. But other than those two little problems, the trailer is really mint. If you watch that video, you can see inside the trailer is really nice. The only concern we did have other than those two is the stove inside. You could tell had been replaced because it was missing the cover, and behind the stove was like a little wood spacer. So basically you could tell that stove was smaller than what would originally been in that trailer. But they did a good job replacing it, so we're not really going to complain. So I'm really excited. What we plan on doing is maybe registering it later on this year. We're going to buy the trailer and probably just let it sit for a couple of months, and then as fall approaches, so we're thinking maybe September, October, we're going to go ahead and take a few short trips, maybe up to the Blue Ridge Mountains, somewhere up in the mountains, maybe in West Virginia. We're not exactly sure yet. We're toying around with a few ideas, up to and possibly including Dollywood. So that should make some really nice vlogs in the near future. You guys will get to, I'll take you guys along with me when we actually go on these trips. But we wanted to go ahead and use the trailer, make sure there aren't any surprises, because you know, when you're buying something used, you never know what could happen. So before Mom and Dad actually take it across country and you know, make it a couple month-long trip, we want to make sure that the trailer is completely sound. So we're going to do maybe 2 or 3 of these little satellite trips, fairly locally. I mean, you know, maybe a few 100 miles, and yeah, we'll just see how well it works. I think it's going to be very interesting. Right now, I'm looking online because the main concern is trying to get Wi-Fi when we're on the road, because they want to be able to contact me. My dad, you know, buys a lot of car parts through eBay. He needs to make sure he can still contact his sellers. And we're toying with a few ideas. We're looking at maybe getting one of the little MiFi portable hotspots. Those you can get fairly cheaply. You can get them, Net Zero actually has one that's really inexpensive. It starts at about $20 a month. I think that's for about 1 gig of data, but you know, of course we need a little bit more than that. Moreover than that, we're also looking into getting a Wi-Fi antenna booster, because it's, you know, it's been so many years since we camped. I actually just learned that a lot of the campgrounds now are starting to offer Wi-Fi basically free to their people that are staying there. And the only thing you really need for that is a Wi-Fi booster antenna. You can actually find these on eBay. They're fairly cheap. They're maybe $20, $30. Basically, all it is, it's an antenna that sits next to your laptop, computer, desktop, or whatever you're using. Plugs into the USB port, and you actually connect to the network using that antenna, and it can actually boost the signal up to 1/2 mile away. So that's something else we're looking into. We may buy a couple of those. That way, if Mom's using her laptop to connect, she can have her own antenna. If I'm using my system to connect, I'll have my own antenna. So we'll probably wind up buying 2 or 3 of those. Other than that, everything else is going smoothly. We looked into getting the 5th wheel hitch for the truck. It's going to be $1,200. My dad already looked into it. He went down to the local trailer dealership, basically. And we're probably going to get that done the next week or so. He's trying to get it in for an appointment right now, but they're really, really busy because, of course, this is getting into the summer holidays, and everybody's trying to get the new trailers they bought set up to tow properly. So probably within the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to get the truck in and actually get the hitch put on. One other thing I wanted to let you guys know, I am planning to do another biking vlog in the near future. I'm hoping to do it maybe Memorial Day or sometime this weekend. It's just going to depend on how the weather holds up. Right now there is a tropical storm or tropical depression brewing in the Caribbean that might be affecting our area Saturday, Sunday, and into Memorial Day. But if it winds up missing us, the temperatures are going to be low enough to where I feel comfortable going out on a fairly long bike ride. But today, tomorrow, it's going to be really nasty. Today we're supposed to get into the mid-90s, which is absolutely ridiculous for this time of year. Hardly ever gets that hot around here this time of year. Usually that's late June, maybe early July, and into August. So, you know, I guess we had our fair share of cool weather this year, but it's really changing. The temperatures are fluctuating up and down like a wave constantly. So we're going to see really high temperatures for the next couple of days, and it's going to dip down back into the low 70s and high 60s. And we'll just have to see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and play it by ear. I did pick up something the other day, but I'm going to go ahead and save that for a future vlog because I think you guys are going to be really, really interested in it. I'll give you one hint. It is a technology item. That's all I'm going to say. And it is, I'll say one more thing, it is for a computer, but we're going to go ahead and hold that until a future vlog, because I don't have everything I need yet to go ahead and actually show that to you. I'm going to go ahead and get another cup of coffee, because I can tell I'm kind of rambling right now, and I need that extra boost, so talk to you guys in a little bit. Since a lot of you guys follow my channel to see my Dollar Tree haul videos, I wanted to go ahead and give you a update on something new that at least our Dollar Tree is carrying. Our Dollar Tree has always had the Dermacell Labs brand lotions, and I really, really like those. This is the first one that they got in. This is the standard Dermacell treatment. They call this the dry skin treatment. This is the original one that I've actually used for years. I used to use Dermacell years before Dollar Tree was ever in existence, and I always liked their products. Well, this is something new that Dollar Tree has added to their Dermacell Labs collection, and it is called the Aloe Fresh Moisturizing Body Lotion. Now, don't let it confuse you. This still is regular lotion. They call it body lotion because this is designed to pretty much go everywhere. And as you guys know, I tend to suffer from very dry skin. I don't have anything like psoriasis, but if I don't use lotion on a regular basis, my skin dries out and gets very coarse, and I can actually get very itchy. The one thing I really like about this, on top of the original Dermacell, is the fact that it has aloe vera. For those of you that are not familiar with aloe vera, aloe is a plant, and it's pretty much good for everything. It has a lot of moisturizers in it, so it definitely helps moisturize your skin. But above that, aloe is actually used to treat burns. And a few months back, when I was working at Batteries Plus, I got this burn on my arm right here from touching a incandescent light bulb. And it is healed, but the scar is still there, and I tend to get drier skin there because the skin that grew back is a little bit scaly and it's a little bit more coarse. So what I like to do, and you can see right there, it is fairly thick, and that's one of the problems I used to have with a lot of the Dollar Tree brand lotions other than the Dermacell. They tend to be very thin, very watery, and as you can see, I mean, this is not coming off at all. This is nice and thick. So what I do is once every morning I go ahead and just moisturize my entire arm with this. Bearing in mind you don't need a lot, especially when the lotion is this thick. You ever hear the saying less is more? Well, that is definitely true in this case. So I'll do this maybe once or twice a day, and it'll help keep my skin nice and soft and moisturized. So next time you guys are at Dollar Tree, if you go into the healthcare, the beauty aids section, which is usually where the lotions are kept, go ahead and pick up a bottle of this Dermacell Aloe Fresh, and this is a nice size. And this is 10 ounces for $1. You cannot go wrong with that price. And another thing, I absolutely love the smell of aloe vera. I mean, it is so refreshing. And I've talked a little bit on this channel about aromatherapy with my dad being a former massage therapist, how different scents can actually calm you down, while others will actually boost you up, basically, you know, make you more hyper. Aloe vera is one of those things that has always calmed me down. Just the fresh smell just kind of relaxes you. And it can have a lot of health benefits too. So like I said, pick some of this up next time you're in Dollar Tree. Talk to you in a little bit. Alright guys, so something I've been meaning to do for a while. As most of you guys probably know, my parents went to California about a month ago, and they actually brought me back a little something from Alcatraz. These are Alcatraz playing cards, but they're kind of unique in the way that each of the cards has a saying on it that basically talks about the rules for the prisoners in Alcatraz. I'm going to read a few of these off to you because I think you'll find this amusing. This particular card is the Joker. You can see it right there. And this one says, "You are not allowed to change or alter any of your issue clothing." Issue clothing. It's funny, it should say issue, but they said issue. Basically that just means that when they got their prison jumpsuits, that's what they had to wear. If they were to cut some of it off, put rips in it, maybe try to color it in with a marker or something, that was a big no-no, and they could get probably put in solitary for doing that. Here is the King of Hearts, and this one says, "You earn your privileges by conducting yourself properly." Kind of straightforward, pretty much the same way in any prison. Got the Queen of Hearts right here. This one says, movies are shown twice monthly for inmates in good standing. Basically, that means if you're behaving yourself, not being malicious, causing a ruckus, you get to see a movie 2 times a month. I tell you, I don't think I could live that way. I like to watch a movie every couple of days, so yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to go to prison. At least I hope not. Got the Jack of Hearts. Jack of Hearts says, you are not allowed to have money of any kind in your possession while in this institution. That is very important, and I will tell you why. In prison, probably this is more germane to prisons on the mainland versus something like Alcatraz, but at least in the mainland, there have been instances where gang members have tried to make deals, like drug deals, deals with other gangs inside of prisons. And if they were allowed to have their own money, that would just exacerbate the problem, because then they'd be able to pay people on the outside to do their bidding. So that is a huge no-no even in today's prison system. I got a 10 of Hearts right here. This is a long one. Disciplinary action may result in loss of some or all of your privileges and or confinement in the treatment unit. Fairly self-explanatory there. Got the 9 of Hearts. At 9:30 p.m., lights out, retire promptly. All conversation and other noises must cease immediately. This is just basically for control. You want to be able to control your prisoners, and by giving them a specific curfew and a bedtime, that's just a way to do that, where the guards, the prison officials can exercise the control over them and make sure they stay orderly. All right, got the 8 of Hearts right here. At the wake-up bell in the morning, you must get out of bed and put on your clothes. Again, that's another thing about not only control but consistency. They want to have a routine schedule to where the prisoners get used to it. And of course, as most of you guys probably know, when you're on a routine schedule, things just flow more smoothly. 7 of Hearts. Your cell is subject to search at any time, mainly due to contraband, stuff that you are not supposed to have. Shivs where they can stab other prisoners, could be anything from cigarettes to illegal weapons like shivs. Those are the only 2 I can think of right now, but you guys get the gist of it. Got the 6 of Hearts right there. Don't enter any other inmate's cell at any time. Mainly because you don't know which inmates will get along with the other inmates, and a lot of times none of them get along with anybody in there, and they could be rival gang members, and that could lead to a riot. 5 of Hearts. Keep your cell neat and clean and free from contraband. There's that contraband word again. Everything kind of flows into the next, really. 4 of Hearts. A few months before your parole eligibility date, you may file an application for a parole hearing. Basically, prisoners that are eligible for parole, kind of to smoothen the process and make it go quicker, they want to go ahead and file that actual application. I know this because I have friends that are in the that are lawyers, and they've actually explained that to me. If they get those applications in early, then the parole hearing can at least go on time, and they're more likely to be able to get paroled. 3 of Hearts. The institution supplies all your needs. Again, pretty much self-explanatory. 2 of Hearts. Walk, do not run when moving from one place to another. Again, it's another one of those pretty much self-explanatory rules. The Ace of Hearts. This is the last one I'm going to do, guys. All inmates' movements will be by block and galleries to yard, work, meals, sick line, band rooms, and bath lines. Basically, this is just saying where the inmates are allowed to go. Again, goes with the continuity. They want to make sure they have a schedule. They want to know where each inmate is at all times. Hope you guys kind of found this interesting, and I'm about to play 52 card pickup. Well, in this case, maybe about 20 card pickup. But I'll try to do a few of these each day, and then towards the end, I'll read you this card, which basically explains the different aspects of Alcatraz. But I think this will give you guys a little idea of what Alcatraz was all about and a lot of the rules that they had. So far, nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, this is just something you would find in pretty much every prison nowadays. Well, I'm going to end the vlog here for today. I really hope you guys find these vlogs not only informative, but entertaining. Please remember to continue to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.